a great segue, Anil sir. Where are you? Yeah. So you have set the stage. We were talking about generative AI. So, Karuna, will start with you, right? So, Gen AI is making a lot of noise, good noise, and all that stuff. A lot of research work is happening. My 2 cents is that it is still in the nascent phase, but then a lot of companies are really using it. So, I would want to throw some light and use some personal experience as you always quote and then enlighten this session today. Thank you very much.
So thank you, Vishwa, for the wonderful question. My name is Karan. I take care of talent for my company called Signity. I've been managing this company for about 10 years and take care of talent for entire 24 countries. And first and foremost, for a HR guy, talent generative AI is going to be a great story for us. Why? I'll tell you. Because being an HR guy, you have to have the talent experience management. What is talent experience management? It's going to be a recruiter experience, management experience, and employee experience, and all experience all put together called talent experience management. And that is going to be given by generative AI called ChatGPT or Capilot or the Bard, whatever things are there. Because earlier, recruiter used to take about 30 to 35 hours to, I think, build a JD or a persona. Now ChatGPT is giving us within 30 minutes, 30 seconds, you're creating a JD, you're creating a persona. That's going to be great transformation in that area. Then second is that no, we're talking about creating Boolean sets. Recruiters are struggling to get a Boolean sets for a AI or robotic process automation or Angular technologies. I think within seconds, you're getting a Boolean, multiple Booleans are coming into foray. That's number 2. Number 3 is going to be the employer brand, talent brand amplification is going to happen. Because being an HR guy, end of the day, the quality of the content is important on the digital media, social media, or I think my career side. I think all these 3 put together, they're creating a lot of transformation for a HR guy or a talent guy. Vishwa.
Okay, very good. Thank you. So that's a great input. In fact, these days, how many of you are using the latest LinkedIn version? Can you raise your hands? How many of you are getting a 2.5 para line mail message to you? Any new messages that you received? So most of the times, I think those messages are actually generated by AI, not the person who's written that. So it is that's the power of generative AI. Right? Thank you very much. Suresh, my favorite question to you, right? So blockchain, and you've been writing a lot on blockchain. I've seen your recent article on how blockchain can help in HR. So maybe, if not that article, but then I would want you to tell us how is blockchain making HR's life easier? Thank you.
Thanks Icon Group and ITTV for giving an opportunity to talk about the latest technology that we use in HR. Majorly we are working on 4 things. One is about supply chain management and the current voting thing and the healthcare system. And even in HR also, we are just keeping ourselves abreast about the technology, how we can use it for HR as well, like metaverse and gamification. So while going forward with the blockchain, supply chain management, the examples I can give is the Amul, when they put it across to a company like Amul or Tata Chemicals also. What is the Amul thing that developed in blockchain is, so when it goes to the milk producer and they are getting the things from the guy who is getting the milk and where it is going and is it any alteration and all this. So there is a clear understanding about what that is. And the second part is current voting system in our country. So it is also in the blockchain that they are putting it across. So there won't be any kind of foolproof kind of thing that the companies are taking care. And second thing about the healthcare industry, all the digitalization of the records of the patient, which should be confidential, which they cannot share it with anyone. And the last is about the identification, where the governments are now using it more. That Andhra government is using this technology basically more on certificates, diplomas and certificates, digitalized which is in the crypto technology and in blockchain. So these are some of the things. In HR also we are implementing. Recently we have done some work on blockchain, where the records of the associate who has joined us, so we are keeping all the records in very secured form, and while we are sharing it to the background verification team as well, where we collect all the documents, and a lot of personal information is moving out from one person to other.
Yeah.
So this blockchain plays a key role in keeping all the data, confidential data with us. And at the same time, the recruitment, what my friend Karuna is talking about, the AA part. So this blockchain will also help in a better way in terms of the recruitment and employment engagement as well. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. You mentioned about governments using it, which means that they are thinking about advanced technology like blockchain. So shifting gears a little bit, we'll come to Keerthi. I think it's important to also understand a little bit on metaverse. How many of you have used or heard this term called metaverse? Okay. So any quick guesses that you would like to make on what is metaverse? Can someone pass on the mics, please, if you can? Okay, let's look at it, right? So so there's a lot of advanced technology on AR, VR, XR, and obviously immersive technologies. And then a lot of companies are using it. In fact, how many of you have heard about Mahindra Thar as a car? And how was the recent auction of Mahindra Thar? Do you know that? It was on metaverse, right? So people actually use the technology, right? So we would want to understand its usage, some challenges, and some of those inputs if you can. Thank you.
Thanks, Vishwa. First of all, this word metaverse, we've been, getting confused about all these combinations of metaverse, AI, MI, ML, and all these things. And it's been really difficult for me to understand about what exactly are these technologies all about, basically. And I don't want to talk about metaverse through a technological front, because it is an in-depth concept which even I am not aware of, basically. But I would like to tell you all in very crisp what is metaverse, because I know that many of us are not really aware of what is metaverse and where we use it, basically. And I would connect it to more of a HR perspective on how we basically use metaverse. So metaverse is an online digital cloud platform, basically. And it is a combination of what we heard called as AR, augmented reality, and a virtual reality. Augmented reality, basically, we go ahead with these lenses, and then combine this into your real world. And virtual reality is, we know that it is an immersive experience where a user experiences the virtual environment, basically. So when we use both augmented reality and virtual reality, we call it as a mixed reality. So when all these three things together are combined with AI, the metaverse has an exponential, worth outside. So what is metaverse? Basically, how we can use metaverse is, we have understood that, we know how to create avatars, basically. We create a lot of avatars, and then the business can, conduct themselves through avatars. They can, coordinate with other organizations or, customers or colleagues through the created avatars. So they have certain perspective on, they create avatars thinking about what information has to go into the market, and the avatars do that for them. This is one way how business use it. And the other way, what I would like to tell you is how the metaverse is used in a learning and development area. So here, I'll give you a brief example here is, learning and development is basically a big concept, but then when we wanted to do intrinsic tasks or huge kind of trainings which require huge works, we need to simplify them. For example, a mechanic is there, and we have to train a mechanic in repairing an airplane engine, basically. So it is a huge task. So we cannot put an engine there directly, and the mechanic cannot repair on it directly, because it is a huge cost, And then also, there are a lot of damages which are connected to that if anything goes wrong. So here what we do is we use a metaverse platform, and then there is a digital twin engine which will be created, and then it will be, the virtual training will be done through the mechanic, where he can do the virtual training of understanding what it is, redefining his skills, repairing it virtually and all that, which also reduces the costs, and also he can do the training from anywhere across the world, where he is. So this is how we use this in the learning and development concept, the metaverse. And the other area where we use is nowadays we are very aware of these remote, work and then all that. Yeah. So we try to create or collaborate through metaverse, these avatars, where we create a virtual conference room. We all sit there together, and then we create a 3D project, and then we interact with each other during that platform. So this is where we use. And I can also say how it is used in product development space, where the designers or engineers basically, they create a prototype of the product. Because again, to modify the product, to run the product, to work on the product, they can do it through the virtual environment or digital platform, where it also gives them a very speedy time to understand the entire product development cycle, and also it also reduces the cost. The other area where you can use the metaverse would be the area where we learn many online courses through online platforms. We have now more of online platforms where you see that we learn a lot of concepts through videos, audios, where we have the simulation experience as if we are directly reaching them and talking to them. So this is where also we use metaverse. So I hope I have given you a gist on what actually metaverse is all about. So this is it from the metaverse perspective.
So you did more than what you wanted to do. Anyway, thank you very much for that. I'm sure many of you did not raise a hand for saying that I don't know about metaverse. I think you'll have something information. So let's talk to Suresh again. Suresh, you've been writing a lot on even gamification, right? So, and then gamification is as a business process. If you have looked at it, HR is one of these used cases, right? So my quick question is, did you use this in any specific HR example? And what is that example? And then maybe if you can just give us some input. Thank you.
Yeah. Is the new thing that all the IT companies, when we had this past COVID part, it's virtual everywhere, and even interviewing the candidates and do the induction and all the things. So basically on the gamification, we wanted to have a free environment where we want to say it's not a paper pencil test or online test or something different on the gamification, where you can keep some kind of pictures, or you can use this metaverse in the gamification part as well. And it's like 10 people in the same room wearing the glasses, and the gamification follows with the metaverse. How he come out of the room with the kind of ideas what he is having to come up with this. So this is some of the thing where gamification is clearly putting it across to the next candidates who are coming to the industry, and it is not a regular kind of phenomenon where we have the candidates with the interviews followed by a test followed by interviews, and finally we can offer and the candidate will join. The kind of environment, like in Accenture recently, in the COVID part actually, 1,000 employees, 1,000 candidates has been appeared, and they have taken a survey from all the candidates who has taken this gamification part, and they have given a phenomenal feedback about how the gamification is going forward in the next coming years as well in that.
Yeah. Thank you. So Karuna, so AI got robotics got RPA. RPA stands for robotic process automation. So do you have any use case that you want to talk about the use of RPA in HR? Thank you.
Obviously, yeah. Basically, if you look at it, robotic process automation, intelligent automation, AI, and I think all this put together is going to be the great market right now coming up into the foray. And I think if you look at currently, robotic technology market is about 85 billion market. It's going to, I think, impact by 10 years, it will become, I think, about 350 billion market. And when we talk about AI technology market, currently I think we are talking about 350 billion market. It's going to touch about 1,500 billion market. That's going to be like 18% CAGR we are going to have. That means from now to I think next 10 years, it's going to I think ramp up completely on the automation, robotic, AI process point of view. And if you look at it, I think my earlier company, I was working with App Labs, where we were talking about, I think, manual interventions and automation interventions. And I think about 90% we were doing manual interventions, about 10% we were talking about automation. And if I look at my current company where I'm working in Signity, I think it's upside down. 90% we are doing only automation, either RPA or UiPath or whatever, generative AI and data science technologies, everything is automation now. Only 10%, I think we are only talking about manual interventions, automation interventions. That is, I think, one use case I think I'm talking about it. Then second is that if you look at robotics, if you look at Amazon I think warehouse, where about 7,50,000 robots are working at the moment, wherein only 10% are manual. That is going to be like a big impact on the job market. That impact is going to create a job loss globally. For that, I think what we are doing.
So just to stop you there, are you telling that there will be a job loss because of RPA?
Because of RPA, because of robotic, because of AI, because of chatbots, what is happening is that we are losing jobs. Also, they are creating a lot of jobs also. Okay. I think while we are losing jobs, we are also creating a lot of jobs on machine learning, cloud technologies, whatever things are coming into fore, we are creating jobs as well there. Okay, if you look at Amazon itself, I think only having 90% robots, remaining 10% are manual interventions. Forget about I think Amazon, then Alibaba, then Walmart, all put together. Now US is talking about autonomous cars, right? I think Elon Musk is talking about autonomous cars. I think driverless cars are coming into foray. I think in the US, people I think can go I think in a car without driver. Even India also it's coming into foray. That way, so only mantra is that no skilling, upskilling, reskilling is the mantra. I think
URL.
If you are looking at all the top engineering colleges, premium engineering colleges, what they're doing is they're only having technologies like robotics, automation, AI, machine learning, and cyber security. I think industry plus engineering colleges and universities put together need to have an upskilling program. Through that, we can actually create the job I think market in the industry is what I think my view.
Okay, so I was told that we just have 2 more minutes. So Keerthi, if you can just add any more input that you want to add on RPA, and then we'll take maybe 1 or 2 questions from audience. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So what is RPA? Again, I want to go back to the basics because I just wanted to be very clear on what is RPA. RPA is robotic process automation, basically. And it is basically used, it is an automation process which is basically used to reduce the repetitive work in the organizations and also any rule-based work in the organizations. So I would like to, when it is added with the AI, what happens is, as my friend was saying, that we can probably work on a huge volume of work with more efficiency and very few human errors, basically. And I would want to give an example of how we use this in payroll, basically, because again, coming back to the HR perspective, so we can use these RPA solutions to extract informations basically from timesheets and and then from inputs, and the RPA tool can be used to calculate the employees' payroll, or you can say the bank transactions, or you can also say that these can be factored for any of the expense management, bonus calculations, your pay holiday calculations and all that. So RPA will also help you, the solutions will also help you in expense managements, your scheduling managements, and I think probably on onboarding also. Yeah. RPA solution also helps in onboarding. And coming to the basic advantages of what are the advantages of the RPA, it basically helps you in reducing your average time for any of the tasks. And it also helps you in reducing the costs related to training or anything. And it is very useful when you are probably, migrating a software. It really helps you in that process. Yeah.
Thank you. So any questions from audience? Maybe we'll take 1 more and then we'll hand over to the... Okay, so we have...
Yeah, my name is Divakar Singh. I am CEO of Avishkar Soft Labs. Absolutely a decent conversation on artificial intelligence and robotic. So we have a lot of innovators, okay? But we see the innovation adaptation is very low in India. After having inspired so many innovators, we have ranked 40 in the innovation index. And how to improve, like recruiting process, there is a robo recruiters applications have come, and I effectively use for my business consulting AI. But when we try to promote, especially in India, there are a lot of resistance for everything. So how do we address this?
Moon Hub for a, but there is a tool called Moon Hub. Moon Hub, within a launch of 7 months, it has touched $100 million revenue. I think if you have innovation, it's going to help recruitment teams. It's going to help recruitment companies. It's going to help acquiring costs. Definitely, I think it's going to help there. But I think your tool, whatever tool you're talking about, it promoting, innovating, ideating.
No. I'm not asking for my tool.
Yeah.
Per se, India's innovation adaptation is very low from the industry standpoint. That is how to address.
Then I think innovation.
Yeah.
And who else can I think answer other than Vishwa?
I would answer that. So probably 10 years back, the answer was like we are nowhere. I think now we are somewhere. Let's go to the place where we want to go. I don't really believe in the global rankings and all that stuff. But then if you see that top 100 CEOs are 76% of Indians, right? So there is somewhere we are going there. I think what your question is about innovation being ranked. I think we'll get there. Just that we have to have some patience. Thank you. So thank you very much for that, and thanks the audience. And I think we spoke about 4 things. Please remember this: metaverse. We spoke about RPA. We spoke about generative AI, and last but not the least is AI. Thank you.